What's up, guys? This is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and we're back with another Michigan recruiting report. The Wolverines scored another win on the recruiting trail. Before we dive into Michigan's newest commit, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos, and also subscribe to the Wolverine.com. A lot going on around Michigan recruiting. Obviously, a ton of prospects have invaded Ann Arbor for official visits. Now is the time to take advantage of our promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at the Wolverine.com. Get everything Michigan recruiting, team, transfer portal, basketball, and so much more. Plus, you can be part of a great message board community with thousands and thousands of users. Just use that promo code UM1. All right, guys, let's dive into Michigan's newest commit. A surprise for you guys. The Wolverines landed Ohio running back Jonathan Brown, who I don't think was on anybody's radar. And yes, I did know about Jonathan Brown beforehand, which is why I dropped this video as soon as he committed. But he's a guy that Michigan just wanted to keep under the radar. So I was told not to report on him at all. That's why I've never mentioned him in any of our shows. He's very much a sleeper prospect. If you look at his industry ranking, there is none because he hasn't had a ranking. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Columbus, Ohio, St. Francis de Sales High School. So, you know, Tony Alford, Michigan's running backs coach, he obviously has strong ties in the state of Ohio. He recruited the state of Ohio quite a bit during his time at Ohio State, and now finds what could be a hidden gem in enemy territory. Jonathan Brown, again, not really a known commodity on the recruiting trail, doesn't have a ranking, only has a handful of offers, just one P4 offer, and that's from Rutgers. But Brown camped with Michigan twice this summer. He actually attended the Sound Mind, Sound Body satellite camp that Michigan had at Wayne State. Now, Brown had a chance to work out with Alford there. He got invited to come up to the camp earlier this month in Ann Arbor, and that's where he had a chance to work out even more so with Alford, had a chance to do some more individual drills with him, went through Michigan's actual testing, and that's really what propelled Michigan to take Brown. Alford got 2 in-person evaluations, and then his testing numbers were great. He is a legit 6'1", 200 pounds. That's what he came at Michigan. And then on top of that, he posted a laser 4.55, and he also had a 40-inch vertical. And when you look on film, you can see the speed. He's kind of a taller back, I guess, in that 6'1", 6'1.5" range. A little bit of an upright runner, but he has pull away speed. He still has some room to add some weight. He rushed for more than 1,000 yards and 16 touchdowns last year. Just looking at his tape, he's obviously going to be raw, which is why he's flown so under the radar, not just by the recruiting services, but by other P4 programs. But when I look at Jonathan Brown and I look at the film, the guy he reminds me of is Jasper Parker, last year's Michigan running back take. And remember, Parker wasn't this, super highly ranked prospect either. In fact, when Michigan first offered Parker, he only had a handful of P4 offers. He was a 3-star prospect across the board. And then by the end of the cycle, it seemed like Parker became a fan favorite on the recruiting trail. He saw his rankings explode. And I think with Brown, I'm not saying he's going to follow the same trajectory as Parker, but now that he's committed to Michigan and can get some eyes on him, and you have those verified numbers, like I said, the 6'1", 200 pound, 40-inch vertical, 4.55 40, I think that you could see a rise in the rankings. Well, there's nowhere to go but up since he's unranked, but I think you could see him legitimately become a guy that's known by the recruiting services and could attract interest from other programs. But I think the fact that Tony Alford was in on him first and that Michigan made that push right now, I think he'll obviously stay with Michigan. My point being that he could just see his stock rise. Now, does this have any impact on Savion Hyder? Absolutely not. Michigan had this plan in the works. Like I said, this was already going on behind the scenes. The plan for Michigan has always been take two running backs. They wanted to have somebody already committed as they work on Hyder, as that battle continues to be a heated one against Tennessee. If for whatever reason Michigan misses out on Hyder, at least they have Brown committed and they can start working on other options. If Michigan lands Hyder, then hey, they have an upside running back too. So that does it for our recap on Jonathan Brown. For more on this commitment, make sure to head over to thewolverine.com. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at thewolverine.com. Get all your exclusive recruiting intel over there. And also make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos.